The dancing cane is one of the most visually stunning and difficult effects in all of magic. The effect is over 60 years old, starting with a modest beginning to elaborate settings. It is certain that this trick has made its place in history and is poised for a new generation of magicians. It is with great pleasure and a lifetime in the making that Precision Magic presents Dancing Cane 101 with David Mann. J.N. Hofzinser invented the floating stick. It was a piece he called magnetic effects. Richard Hatch translated Ottokar Fischer's book Zauberkunst, or Magnetic Effects, in 1942. This book was originally The Magic of J.N. Hofzinser, published in 1857, with the effect name Magnetic Forces. Hofzinser pretended that the magnetic effect of his hands made the stick float. He did not make it dance. It was a stick, not a wand or a walking cane, made from heavy ebony wood. He would pass the stick to the audience to be examined. Once returned, the stick would be placed in a nice-looking case where it would be secretly exchanged for a similar-looking but much lighter stick. It was also used by J.N. Maskelyne in his Egyptian Hall Act in 1873. Fredo Marvelli, a German magician, took over Hofzinser's tricks and developed a very effective floating version based on the original effect. It was described in the German magazine Maggie about 45 years ago. Peter Pitt, the first modern magician to actually perform the dancing cane, making the cane move, received a lot of response at the FISM Convention 1958 in Vienna. Mr. Pitt used a gentleman's evening walking stick and made it dance. Until that time, everyone performed the floating stick only. Although unclear, the idea of dancing the cane might have come from the Dutch magic dealer and impresario Henk Vermidien, who was at that time a promoter of many Dutch magic acts like Fred Kaps, Peter Pitt, Cornell and Monique, Ger Copper, Brahma, and so forth. But the modern version was invented by Fantasio, according to Bart Whaley's Encyclopedia Dictionary of Magic. Many performers have featured the dancing cane in their acts, such as Jeff McBride, David Copperfield, Lance Burton, and many others. Lights, cameras, and scenery. When lighting for the dancing cane, there is one important rule to remember. No backlighting should be used. This will prevent the string from being seen. A strobe light may be used for added effect. Your presentation should show the trick in a slow, mysterious, and magical manner with a certain mystical aura. If cameras are used, place them at a distance that would not allow the string to be seen during the presentation. Any type of background may be used as long as it does not allow the string to be seen. Something that is abstract or modern may also be used as long as it does not take away from the effect. Do not use moving scenery unless it adds to the effect. How to pick the right dancing cane. There are two main types of dancing canes, one that breaks in half and one that is of a solid design. There are several important things to know about canes. Some canes are lightweight and some are heavy. There are canes that break in half which are easy to transport but are useless because they are not straight and look like they have gimmicks from the audience's point of view. The best cane is to pick one that you feel comfortable with and one which helps the cane look magical in your hands. A one-piece cane like Precision Magic's dancing cane is the best cane because of its concentric design and unique thread handling capabilities. Try the novel and new Jeff McBride Vortex dancing cane. It lights up. This cane may be performed in low light without flashing the string. It is very high-tech and extremely visible from a far distance. The flashing lights give it a hypnotic look while dancing the cane. Threading the dancing cane. When threading the cane, use a good thread. A cotton and silk mix is best. A cotton and polyester thread may be substituted. Either thread will work well, as these threads are strong and do not reflect light. We recommend No. 2 Coats & Clark upholstery thread. Most models of dancing canes have a tiny hole in the middle of the cane, about 1 inch off-center towards the hilt of the cane. Feed the thread into and out of this tiny hole. The strings are pulled out of the hole and brought up evenly on both sides of the cane. Cut the string about 6 inches above the hilt. Form a loop about 3 to 4 inches above the hilt by tying a knot in the thread. Cut off any excess thread. Move the knot through the tiny holes and into the cane so that it's not visible. Now tie another knot as close to the cane as possible. You thread the Precision Magic cane slightly different from other canes. The thread is tied to a weight inside the cane, allowing it to be pulled in or out of the cane at will. The thread may be retrieved at any time during your act. This cuts down on setup time and minimizes thread fumbling. To thread the Precision Magic cane, begin by unscrewing the hilt. Remove the weight and any thread that may be inside. Place the weight next to the hole in the cane. The thread is then fed into the weight. Evenly pull the strings the length of the cane. Cut about 8 inches above the hilt. Form a loop by tying a knot in the thread. The top of the loop should be 4 to 5 inches above the hilt. Cut off any excess thread. Loop the thread around the weight. While holding the thread, drop the weight into the cane. With a paper clip, reach through the hole in the center of the cane and pull the thread through the hole. Screw the hilt back onto the cane. Tip the cane hilt vertically so the weight will drop into the bottom of the cane, leaving a small loop on the outside. You're ready to go. Grips needed to perform the dancing cane. For demonstration purposes, red yarn will be used in place of the black thread. Thumb grip. Threads are hanging off the thumb of either hand. Index grip. The threads are hanging off the index finger of either hand. This may be done palm up or palm down. Middle finger grip. The threads are hanging from the middle finger of either hand. This may be done palm up or palm down. T-grip. The threads are in the basic thumb grip, but instead of the threads hanging down, they are looped between the thumb and the ring finger. This shortens the fulcrum of the thread, which makes the cane move faster. Modified T-grip. Use the basic T-grip, but with only one thread on the ring finger and the other thread hanging down from the thumb. This grip is primarily used for transferring the cane. The palm suspension. In the palm suspension, the cane appears to adhere to the palm of the hand. Begin in the thumb grip position in either hand. With the other hand, split the thread with the thumb and move your hand towards the cane and grab it. You are now in the thumb grip position in one hand and holding the cane with the opposite hand. By pulling the thread taut and opening the hand that is holding the cane, it will appear to be suspended from the palm of the hand. The palm spin. The cane spins on the palm of the hand. Begin in the palm suspension, but instead of finishing the palm suspension, keep the hand closed and spin the cane in either direction. At the same time, open the hand forward to allow the cane to spin without restraint. The palm suspension transfer. The palm suspension transfer is used to transfer the cane from one palm suspension position to another. While in the palm suspension, slide the hand that is in the thumb grip position down the string and grab the cane above the opposite hand. Move the hand that had the cane up the thread and into the thumb grip, successfully transferring the cane and string from one hand to the other. The rising cane. This will make the cane appear to rise. Start in the thumb grip position in one hand. With the opposite hand, hold the cane just below the hole in the cane. Allow the cane to slide down the hand with the threads positioned on top of the thumb. It will appear that the cane has slid down the hand, stopping at the hilt. All that is left to do is to pull on the threads with the hand that's in the thumb grip position and the cane will rise. If at this point you switch to the T-grip and pull on the thread sharply with the ring finger, the cane will jump from the hand holding the cane to the opposite hand. The vertical suspension. The cane appears to cling to the fingers and can even be suspended in a horizontal position. Begin in the T-grip position. With the same hand that is in the T-grip position, reach down and place the index finger and second finger on the top of the hilt. By lifting the hand, the cane will appear to adhere to the fingers. Float the cane from a vertical position to a horizontal position by moving the cane horizontally. T-flight. This move makes it possible for the cane to be suspended in mid-air between the two hands. From the modified T-grip in one hand, reach under the thumb with the opposite hand and snag the thread with the thumb. Now drop the string that is around the ring finger and spread the hands outward, allowing the thread to slide through both thumbs. The cane now seems to be suspended between both hands. Mid-flight T-bat. The magician bats the cane around with both hands while it's floating in mid-air. While in T-flight, bat the cane back and forth one hand at a time. The pirouette. As the performer pirouettes, the cane appears to fly around with him while floating between his hands. With the cane in T-flight mode, try a full 360-degree pirouette of the body with the cane going right around with you. Mid-flight T-spin. The cane flips end-to-end vertically or horizontally. While performing the mid-flight T-bat, at the appropriate time, hit the cane with your hand harder than all the other hits, and the cane will flip over vertically. Another way to perform this trick is to make the cane flip over, allowing the string to slide between the thumbs. The momentum of the cane will send it to the opposite hand. The horizontal mid-flight T-spin is much the same as the vertical mid-flight T-spin, except at the appropriate time, hit the cane with your hand to make it spin horizontally. Both of these may also be performed around the body. The two-handed freestyle suspension. In the two-handed freestyle suspension, both hands are on the cane, and as they switch position, the cane remains suspended. Begin in the T-flight position. Some use the T-bat. As soon as you're in T-flight mode, reach up with one hand with the thumb pointing toward the floor and grab the cane with that hand, approximately the length of the cane towards the hilt. The palm will be facing forward. Use the opposite hand to keep the thread taut. Once the first hand is on the cane, use the other hand to grab the bottom of the cane, with the thumb up, palm towards you. Now simply switch hands. Where one hand was on the top, move it to the bottom and the bottom hand to the top of the cane. To make the move more exciting, move the cane from one position to another and perform the move when you stop. Floor stopping. This move allows the cane to rest suspended on the floor. There are two different grips that aid in stopping the cane on the floor. The first is a one-handed stop, which uses the modified T-grip to stop the cane. The second is a two-handed stop using T-flight to stop the cane on the floor between your hands. To keep the cane from slipping on the floor, add a small piece of rubber to the tip of the cane. From the floor mid-flight T-spin. From a floor stop position, the cane flips vertically in mid-air and back again. Begin in the floor stop mode. Modify your grip to the T-grip and place the hilt of the cane in the palm of the same hand. With the palm of the hand, kick the cane out from the bottom. At the same time, allow the hilt and T-grip to be released. The cane will spin outwards and upwards. You have to time the catch so that the cane is caught between the index finger and middle finger of the same hand. Spin the cane in the opposite direction and resume the T-grip while the cane is spinning. The hilt is back again in the palm of your hand with the cane on the floor. The swing. The swing makes the cane move left to right while suspended in midair. Begin with the string looped over one of your thumbs and stretch both hands in front of you. Rest the tip of the cane on the floor. With your index finger on top of the cane, hold it upright. Move your hands back and swing them sideways, left to right, right to left in a waving motion. Try to keep the thread taut. The cane will lift off the floor and swing from side to side in a direction opposite to that in which your hands move. Try this with music. As you become more confident, slow your swings down, allowing the cane to dance a few inches off the floor. As you increase the tempo, the cane rises higher. You can control the swing at shoulder level or head level as you see fit. Your hands should seem to move to the music and the cane to dance with a life of its own. Try moving both hands in the same direction or in opposite directions, crossing at one time and spreading apart at the next swing. The twirl. The cane moves horizontally around and around your hands. Begin in the thumb grip. Extend both hands in front of you, fingers on top, thumbs to the bottom, and move your hands in a small circular motion. The cane will swing around the thumb. The faster the motion, the higher the cane will float. The frontal transfer. This move is used to transfer the string from one hand to the other hand. These moves should be performed during the motion of the swing or the twirl. This is not to say that the frontal transfer could not be performed during other actions of the cane. To transfer the thread, begin with one hand in the modified T-grip position. Now bring the opposite hand towards the hand with the thread and drop the thread onto the thumb of the empty hand. Once the hand receives the thread on the thumb, move the thread into the modified T-grip position. To transfer the thread back to the original hand, perform the moves again in reverse. Around the body transfer. Use this move to make the cane go completely around the body. Begin with the lead hand that is to send the cane around the body in the modified T-grip. Move the empty hand behind your back in preparation to receive the thread on the thumb. As the lead hand sends the cane around the body, toss the thread onto the thumb of the opposite hand. To continue the cane's motion, bring the thread around to the front of the body and the cane will follow. Around the shoulders. The cane travels in a circle around your head, and because it's vertical the whole time, the bottom end is below your shoulders, giving the effect of traveling completely around the body. Begin with the swing. As the cane reaches the limit of the swing to the right, bring the right hand to the left, lifting it. As it travels to the left, it is in line with the top of your head. As the right hand reaches the top of your head, it actually brushes your hair. Move the right hand backwards a little and then to the right again in a circle to bring the cane back to the front. This move should only be performed one time during your routine. Removing and replacing a hat. As the cane goes around the body, the hat is removed from your head and then replaced. Prior to performing the twirl, maneuver the thread onto the middle finger and move the hands to a palm-up position. As soon as you have gone to the palm-up position, time the cane so that the momentum swings out as if to go around the head. Turn the palm of the hand holding the thread palm down and grab the hat as the cane comes from around your back. To replace the hat, do everything in reverse. Do not try to do this move quickly. Remember, keep the same tempo of movement the whole time and you'll have very little difficulty. It's confidence that is required here, and when you have performed it successfully once, the rest is easy sailing, as you understand how and why it happens. The dancing cane is one of the most magical and difficult effects to perform. Because this effect is so difficult, when not performed properly, it does not appear to be magical, but something that more resembles performing with a child's toy. However, once mastered, it can be one of the most beautiful effects in magic. The dancing cane requires total concentration and control 100% of the time. We suggest you practice in front of a mirror and add plenty of stopping points in your routine to help keep the cane in control at all times. There is nothing worse than a cane being off balance. Think about your routine. Don't make your performance of the dancing cane too long. Try not to perform the same move over and over. And remember that you have two hands and to include them both. This will aid the illusion. And finally, tie your cane routine into the rest of your act, so that the cane fits into a logical place in your show.